Oh, hello, yeah. Well, 2 more weeks to a bit of a break. That will be good. It has felt long and hard, and sometimes in your life you don't want things that are long and hard. Sometimes. Most of the time. Usually. Anyway, leaving that aside, I thought we'd have two quite related stories today in their own way. They're related to the psychology of the people involved. The first one up, as you may have noticed at the weekend, is poor old Sean Remmer. Yes, I do have to say that very carefully, who is a teacher what got kicked out of his job just because he put up some flags. Dreadful, eh? Managed to get himself a bit of space on Talk TV, where he was chatting to them Talk TVers about how dreadful it all was. There are a number of problems with this, the first of which is that he's not a teacher, so calling him a teacher makes him sound, well, rather more important than he is. But let's let's see what he says in his own particular words. A week later, I arrived home from Welbourne Hall in New York, having had a good day, and someone found out about the flag and spoke to the headmistress. The headmistress then saw that I posted about problems we have in this country on social media, such as young girls getting raped. The post was all about children, as that is who I am trying to protect. By putting flags up, presumably. They basically said they do not want me back and no longer want me to work at the school because I am racist. I tried to get some work at another agency, but they'd heard what had happened and they turned me down as they said it was a safeguarding issue. Yes, you see, what Sean is perhaps learning here is that maybe if you go on social media and you post things up about you doing things that perhaps you shouldn't, because he's actually got a thing on his Facebook page, you can have a look for yourself if you fancy, where he served a letter from the local council saying, well, it's basically a cease and desist order. Yes, he's put up loads and loads of flags, including the flag of Ulster, which is slightly dodgy, I think, in its own right in North Yorkshire, but we'll leave that one. I can only assume he's doing it in terms of solidarity with all the good people, certain of the good people, certain people in Northern, the good people in Northern Ireland, and certainly not bad people in Northern Ireland. Anyway, leaving that aside, yeah. So he's posted stuff up that he shouldn't be doing in his own name, and therefore, because he's, not a vital member of staff anyway, and was working for an agency who would have got him to sign various things and don't really want to touch him with a barge pole because, there are issues. But yes, of course, Sean, bless him, can only see himself as the victim, as indeed Talk TV will do so. I mean, isn't it dreadful that he's just doing things that he shouldn't? That's not really being snitched on, is it? I'm afraid, mate. Anyway, in related issue, you may also have seen the stuff in The Guardian. Boo hiss, Guardian. Ooh, lefties, wokists. Except they're not, are they? That's the working definition of centrist. Anyway, yeah, I posted up a leaked video from, well, presumably a member of the Reform Party about how appalling the Reform Party are. Yes, in Kent. Apparently it's all going very much downhill because, far from being they still are theoretically the flagship local authority for reform, whereby they were going to slash council tax, except they're not. They're putting it up. And anyway, you can watch the video for yourself, link down below. It's quite amusing to see them basically a bunch of people in a room that are incapable of getting on together. And there is something of a related issue to poor old Sean here, because of course these are people that earnestly believe that there are hierarchies of human beings, and as such they're at the top because, after all, somewhere along the line, people with a fairly high degree of their genetic mix and DNA went out and created an empire. Therefore they can just do things. They just know intrinsically how to do things and do them right. And if it all goes a bit AWOL, then there must be something that's wrong. It must be enemy action. It couldn't possibly be that there are a bunch of people that intrinsically, because they're libertarians, can't get on with each other and are only interested in fighting their own particular little corner whereby they can be the ones. Yes, it's interesting to see a council leader who can't lead. Speaking as somebody who's often sort of managed staff underneath me, I'm not a fun person to be managed, but you would want me to have you as manager because I will fight for your corner. And leaders that can't do that, like the leader of Kent, Anyway, yeah, it leads us neatly on to the notion of these right-wingers because, of course, they can't actually do things. The entire history, any cursory glance at a history of most fascist regimes leads you to the belief that these are people that seriously just want to bludgeon their way through life because, after all, might is right and can't actually do things. And whenever they are faced with problems, it all goes a little bit south for the winter. I'm probably mixing my metaphors a lot there. But if you look at the Reform Party and you think about the people at the top, like Tice and Farage, who can't realistically answer questions outside of just how brilliant will leaving the ECHR be. Anything beyond that in terms of actual policy is just a sort of grey area whereby, well, we'll just go in and sort it all out because we know how to do it. We've run businesses, so we know how to do things. It's not working so well on the ground, is it? Or indeed, their ability to maintain staff. Can you think of another group of MPs who've managed to lose somewhere in the region of 30% of their actual number in the last year? Hard pressed to do so, yeah? I mean, even the deep incompetence of the Conservative Party and the, well, appalling narcissism that there is obviously within the Labour Party don't manage that particular one. Well, I mean, leaving aside sort of attrition on the front bench one way or another. These intrinsically are people with deep psychological flaws, and part of their deep psychological flaw is an inability to see that they have deep psychological flaws. Yeah, I'm thinking about you, Morgan McSweeney and Keir Starmer and some of the others as well. We need to get shot of these people. And the way we get shot of these people, of course, is by, making sure that we do have a form of democratic control over them, which is far, far greater than we have at the moment, because it's not looking great. These superior beings who are, definitely leading us to the promised land, sunlit or otherwise. Anyway, do have a lovely, lovely Monday if you can do, and if you can't, well, just blame someone else. It's bound to be someone else's fault. It can't be you. It can't be you. Just look at the colour of your skin, after all. I mean, you can't be a racist, can you? No, not like Sean. I mean, not like Sean, obviously. He's not a racist, is he? He's just, I don't know, whatever he is now. He'll have to get another temporary unqualified job somewhere, unfortunately. There's a salutary lesson perhaps for all of us there. Do enjoy.